Hello guys and girls, and welcome back to whatever the fuck this is. And today I'm just going to talk about some motorcycle tyres and which is the best one, because recently I've got some PR3s put on. I always run PR3s on every bike I've ever had. I've had PR3s because I like them. You know, there's a trifecta of what you need to consider when you're buying motorcycle tyres. That is cost, performance and longevity. Okay, you can't have everything. Many people try and think they can have everything, but you can't. You know, there is a trade-off between the type of tyre you pick. You know, you get some stickier tyres, the longevity is not going to last. You know, it's not going to last as many miles. See, I can get like 15,000 miles out of these tyres, whereas if I picked a stickier one, probably about 9,000. You know, it all comes down to that trifecta. You know, cost, performance and longevity. And people say these are the best tyres, or you need to run these tyres because these are this, or these do this. And yeah, I will always promote the PR3s, but it depends on, well, the main thing is, well, your riding style. How do you ride? What do you ride? You know, what do you ride and how do you ride it? And that should really be the dictating factor. Because all these tyres, all these different tyres, all these different brands, they've got all pretty much the same sort of thing. They've all pretty much got the same sort of tyres. And you do have that trade-off of, you know, the three. But it all comes down to how you ride and what you ride. You know? And not even that much of what you ride. You know, I used to have a Ninja 6. Ran PR3s on them. They're a sports touring tyre. Had this bike. Old CBR 600. PR3s. Why? Because it suited how I rode, or how I ride still. It suits the roads that I'm on. It suits the miles that I'm doing. You know, I'm on motorway miles. I don't need sticky tyres that I can lean over and try and drag me, you know. I'm on the motorway. I need something that'll handle the flat spots, you know. I need something that'll handle that, the constant riding in that same spot, you know. That's what I need. And that's what it really comes down to. And people will tell you, get this tyre because you've got this bike, or get this. It all depends on what you ride. It all depends on what you ride and how you ride it. You know? And where you ride. Yeah. It's a tricky one, because people try and give you all this information, this advice. They'll say, oh well, you should get these types, you should get the Rossos because they're great, they're really sticky and stuff, but that might not be how you ride. It might not suit your riding style. I think the best thing to do is, well, go to a mechanic, go to a tyre place, a proper tyre place, and say, this is what I do, this is where I go on the bike, this is how I ride. If you're an aggressive rider, say you're an aggressive rider. If you're not, say you're not. It doesn't matter. Just ask them for their advice, you know. Don't listen to people on the internet too much, because bikers on the internet are assholes, you know. They try and pretend they're like great riders. They're the most fantastic riders ever, you know. They carve up the fucking streets, you know what I'm saying, blood, innit, man. I fucking get knee down, I drag elbow, son. I fuck everything up, you know what I mean? All these twisties. I don't know why I went into that accent. But that's kind of what bikers do, and they'll kind of lead you astray, because their information comes from their point of view. Their information comes from their point of view, you know. Yeah, it's all good fun, isn't it? But when you do find some tyres that you like and that do what you want, stick with them. Stick fucking with them. There's PR4s out, not changed to them. Why? Because the PR3 suits what I need and they do what I need. It all comes down to the balance of three and how you ride. Yeah, simple really, isn't it? Simple. So don't listen to all these people that tell you need all these wires, you need these tyres, you need these tyres. Take their advice on. Don't listen to it fully. What you should do, though, definitely should do, is not skimp out on your tyres, not cheap out on your tyres by going for, how should we phrase this? The lesser brands, the lesser names. Don't cheap out on your tyres, okay? Go for the big guys, your Dunlops, your Pirellis, your Michelins, your Bridgestones. Go for all them. Go for them. Why? Because they are decent manufacturers, and they've all pretty much got a similar sort of range. You know, they've all got the similar sort of range. I could go from Michelin to Dunlops and find almost an exact equivalent. You know what I'm saying? And I could then go to Pirelli and find almost the exact equivalent as the PR3s. They all pretty much do the same thing. Stick with the main brands, because you cheap out on tyres, you will end up paying for it. Either a few months down the line when your tyres all fucked up, or, well, on the road when it's really fucked you up. Yeah, don't cheap out on your brands for your tyres, because those motherfuckers are things what are in contact with the ground. The only things that are in contact with the ground. So get good shoes, you know. Life advice, get good shoes. Oh, anyway, guys and girls, let me know your thoughts below. What tyres do you run and why do you run them? And that'll be cool, I'll join in the comments. So for now, if you got something from this, hit that like button. If you really liked it, want to see more on YouTube, how to grow, blah 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 blah, click or tap subscribe. If you want to see another video of mine straight away, check it out right there. That one I picked exactly just for you, because I know what you want, baby. I know what you want. But for now, right, safe. Peace the fuck out. Well, it's a slow ass day. I was expecting to filter and everything. Yeah.